Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because I picked up the new release from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Pinkgasm Sunset. There is a face palette, there is a beauty light wand, and some lip glosses. So we go through the products, we get this look, but before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications to new videos, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using the products that I picked up from that release, just keep watching. Okay, so I saw this release and I was so excited. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and there is a new face palette. There is a new, what is it? The Beauty Light Wand. It is a easy highlight blush. So that, as well as a lip gloss. I have two lip products, but what I wanted to do, and this is a little bit different because I feel like I forget about my face palettes and that they're absolutely diverse in the way they can be used. They're not just for the face, like cheeks and bronzer, whatnot. I've used mine in the past when I don't want to take an eyeshadow palette and a face palette and everything else, and I'll use them for the eyes. So this is the new Glowgasm face palette for skin and eye gliding highlighters. It says highlighters, but when you look at the back of this, it says there's a highlight, multi-glow, bronze, and pop blush. First off, let's talk about this packaging. How stunning is she? Now, one thing I want to do before I jump into this palette, because this is not the only face palette I have from Charlotte Tilbury. I absolutely love when they get released because I can get a couple different shades and I'm not spending, what is it, like $60 for a single blush or single powder or bronzer. I don't think they're that high. I think they're like closer to 45. But I do have these two face palettes. They both survived my declutter the last time. This is the Nudegasm face palette, and when you compare them, they have the same kind of silhouette. This one's more colorful. I really love the aesthetic on it. And then when you're looking at the Beautifying face palette, this has like a mother of pearl in a pinky tone, and it is absolutely stunning. I really like the packaging from Charlotte Tilbury. Now this is the Nudegasm. Now I have had this for a little bit and it has been well loved. I use this the most when it comes to face palettes. I love these two blended together for contour and bronzer. The blush is absolutely stunning. I use the highlighter, and as much as I use the highlighter, it looks like I barely used it at all. Now, there were a couple comparisons, and if you hear the crunching, that's so true. When I start filming is when she is hungry, and I don't get it. I love her to death, but honey, ma'am, the crunching. Hi. Now, for the comparison, this new Glowgasm face palette has what looks like two blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter, and I love these shades. Whereas the one prior had two bronzers, a blush, and a highlighter. So this blush is a little more peachy toned, whereas these are more pinky and burgundy toned. And then the glow highlighter, this one seems a little more glowy. I do want to compare the highlighters. When I'm looking at the bronzers in here, they don't really have the shade names of what they're supposed to be, like if you were to buy them separately, and I don't know that you can buy them separately. But the highlighters I want to compare. So this first one, this is from the Nudegasm, and then this is the new one from Glowgasm. So the new one, the old one, and this one's more champagne, this one's more gold. It also looks like it might be better on like deeper skin tones, just the way the blush and the highlighters are leaning. Yeah, more gold, more champagne. Only slightly, can you tell though? I do want to swatch the blushes for you, but I never showed you the inside of the Pillow Talk Beautifying face palette. This one has two blushes, two highlighters, one champagne toned, one pinky toned. But let's see if I can hold all of these so you can see. All right, so Beautifying and the new Glowgasm, very pinky toned, but not as deep as this palette. And then when we're talking about Nudegasm compared to Beautifying, this one's more peachy toned and this one's more pinky toned. Do you need all of the face palettes? Probably not. If you need deeper tones, do I think that maybe this palette is the one you should be going towards? Possibly, but it all depends on your preference. Now, let me go ahead and swatch the blushes in here. So this is the one in the top right corner if you're looking at it. And this one is the one beneath it. Oh my goodness, this one looks like NARS Orgasm right here, which I just so happen to have on hand. And okay, in the pan it looks a little more like glittery and pinky. Okay, the Charlotte Tilbury one is more peachy, still has the golden essence, but this one is more glowy. So if you like NARS Orgasm and you want it to be more glowy and peachy, am I saying to buy this palette just for one shade? Absolutely not. But, all right, so we've got the 2 highlighters and then here are the 2 blushes. Ooh, I kind of want to use this one on my eyes. And that's the other thing. I'm going to use this entire face palette for eyes, blush, bronzer, highlight, and then throw in the face products that I need for foundation and whatnot. But I'm really thinking that the lighter shade is going to be for my eyes. We'll see. Let me get myself situated and we will jump into the next part of this video. Okay, now like I said, I'm going to use this palette for eyes as well. I do have a single pop shot. This is the Pillow Talk Hypnotizing Pop Shot in Pillow Talk Diamonds. First, packaging is absolutely adorable. I know I've used this in a previous video, but I want to show you how easy it is to just use a couple things and not have to pack your entire makeup room or bathroom to do your makeup on the go. So this is such a stunning shade. Pinky tones, it's what I gravitate towards. Didn't used to, but they're a lot of fun. For my crease and outer corner, I am gonna go into this shade first, which is the lighter of the 2. I do think I'm gonna use the darker shade to just kind of deepen it up, but you are not limited to what your makeup is supposed to be for. When I'm looking at makeup, I'm starting to see that sometimes they say cheek, eyes, lips, because we get caught in the, oh, it's eyeshadow, I can only use it for that. No, if you like the shade and you want to use it for blush, why not? Because otherwise, I just don't go through products. All right, so I think I have quite a bit of it picked up. I'm gonna start slowly in the crease. It is such a pretty pinky shade. Let me know, have you used your face palettes as eyeshadow because it's easier when you travel? I would like to know. What are your favorite like minimal packing tips and tricks? Put them down below because maybe there's some good ones. I know when I'm traveling for the weekend, I really only want to take one makeup bag. Do I try and fit as much makeup in there as possible? Absolutely. But it's usually like a face palette and then a couple other like foundation and whatnot. I think, let's see. Yeah, my weekend travel makeup bag is this. If it doesn't fit in here, it doesn't go. But if I'm doing like a 2-week vacation, like when I went to Europe, I packed tons of makeup because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And it's like the size of a suitcase, but it's my carry-on. All right, now I'm gonna go into this deeper shade. This one I'm gonna use my compacted smudge brush for, and I'm gonna focus it right here and a little bit into the crease, just to deepen it up a little bit. Now, granted, we're getting ready to move in like a week and some change. I'm gonna pack up my filming room because it's gonna take a minute to unpack and get situated, but the makeup bag I used for my trip to Europe, that will definitely get utilized because I think I'm only going to be living out of that for like a week. That's the goal. But I also don't want to be without some of my favorite products that I use for work. And then also I'm going to need stuff to transition from outside of work to weekend or whatnot. So there's that as well. Plus I'm trying to pre-record. So by the time you see this, we will be in the new house. But I'm trying to do as much as possible so that there's content and my videos don't lapse and have too much time between them because the algorithm is so much fun. I've been playing around with the analytics, evaluating them on YouTube. I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to it, just different. But I'm trying to make sure that there's still content. There's still things that I want to like film for you guys and put out, but I also know that I need to get everything moved and situated, and I'm excited, but I'm stressed. All right, so I think that's a good build. It is very pinky with kind of like a peachy hue to it. But this is definitely something that I would wear for work. Maybe not the second color because it's a little bit deeper, but that pinky shade that's in the crease, absolutely would use that for work. So, and then the Pop Shot. I would use the highlighter, but I really want something that's like super shimmery and gleaming. Oh, that is so beautiful. It is like literally all pink, but this is a little bit lighter in tone. It's a very monochromatic pink moment. Kind of why I chose my shirt. I was like, using Charlotte Tilbury, let's stick with some pink tones today. All right, let me go put some base products on and finish this eye, and I'll be back for some more comparisons. Okay, for my base products, I did stay on brand for the most part. If you want to know what products I used, click the drop down box. They're listed down there with clickable links, so it'll be easy to find if that's what you're interested in. But we need to finish off this eye look. We need to do blush, some bronzer. I did already contour. I'm not doing too dramatic because I want to use the bronzer and see what it looks like. But I did use a cream contour. Now for the under eyes. I'm gonna go back into it, this lightest shade all the way under before I use the other color. Now, one of the things that I don't normally do is I don't use an all shimmery eyeshadow. Usually it's all matte and then I'll do a shimmer like middle to inner corner. These blushes are glowy, but I really like how they look so far. Now, the one thing that you could do if you want to have a brown in the outer corner, use your bronzer contour. And I might do that to deepen it up, but I haven't decided because I do like the all pink monochromatic. I will do that for work. A little more toned down, but it is one of my favorite things to do, especially like spring, summer, because it's soft and cute and glowy and girly. It is not something that I normally gravitated towards growing up. I had the heaviest eyeliner, all the mascara, and a smoky eye most of the time. And it wasn't like a brown smoky eye, it was a bold black smoky eye. My hair was dyed black. My cowrie shells were black. It was like a whole goth phase. All right, and then into this deeper shade. This one's only gonna go towards the middle ever so slightly. You guys, the weather is so crappy out. Today, we were gonna have a pool party at a friend's house for Memorial Day. But with the weather the way it is, we decided we're gonna postpone until next weekend. Granted, I made homemade banana pudding for like 40 people. There's only 3 of us in the house. We're not all eating 30 servings of banana pudding. So I told Luke he's gonna have to take it to work and give it to his coworkers because it's not staying in the house. All right, now we need to do bronzer and this shade right here. Now in the previous palettes, there were 2, so I mixed them usually. So we'll see what this looks like. It looks like it's a little cool toned, but we'll see. I do like the Charlotte Tilbury formulation because it's kind of like hard packed into here. So even though it doesn't look like I'm picking anything up, I know I am. It's just kind of like dispersing around like it usually does. It's building. I can see it, can you? It is warm toned when it is placed. I think I'm gonna focus on one side so we can see the comparison and then we'll move on. So it is buildable, which I like. It is warm toned, whereas the other one is a little like cool toned and warm toned depending on which one you use. Like I said, there's 2 of them in that palette and I tend to mix them. This one, however, there's 2 blushes instead of 2 bronzer contour shades. Okay, so this side all has bronzer and this side does not. And it kind of looks crazy right now but that way you get a comparison. And that is also using my Charlotte Tilbury, Beautiful Skin Foundation in 7 Cool. So just to give you an idea of like the foundation color. I do like this bronzer. It's subtle. It's not like overpowering, There's some that it's just kind of like you put it on and it's not buildable and it's just super intense. Now I could go into these blushes, but there was also a liquid blush release, which we talked about in the beginning. All right, so this is the Pinkgasm Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pinkgasm Sunset. Look at this, it is absolutely stunning. It's kind of like an orangey, pinky shade. So I haven't even swatched it. I don't even know like what the shade is. Did I already powder? Yes, because I like the Charlotte Tilbury blushes on top of powder. They work beautifully. Now, let's see if we can get some of, make sure to twist it and open it. Ooh, it's starting to come out already. Ooh, that is very like orangey. But we're going to blend it out a little bit. It's kind of like a corally pinky shade. Interesting. Now, I do have a comparison. This is the one in Pinkgasm. So I thought I had another shade. I think it's the highlight wand, but oh, I do have the two matte beauty wands too. But here's the peach one. So that is the Pinkgasm, which is very glowy and still kind of like pinky toned. All right, so yeah, this is still very like orangey. Now the matte ones I really haven't played with too much. I have the matte beauty blush wand in the shade Peach Pop. I tend to go for the peaches. I'm not gonna do the like more cool tone shade that I have, which is just Pillow Talk, only because I'm kind of comparing all the peachy shades right now. So this is the matte one, and let's see, I haven't used this finger. So if you like matte blushes, that's this one, Pinkgasm, and then Pinkgasm Sunset is this one right here. Just to give a comparison of the different like peachy shades. I'm interested to try this one out. It makes me nervous because this one still has like the pinkiness to it. I really like that one. But I do also have the powder blushes, so we might try those on top if I don't love the blush wand. Okay, now with these, like you can put them on your cheek and kind of tap them out or blend them out or whatever. Sometimes it's easier to put them on the back of your hand and then just use a brush to apply them. We're gonna go two different ways on this. So I'm gonna start with it on the back of my hand, just have a little bit, and then taking my brush ever so slightly. And so that is a intense shade, but I like stippling my blushes sometimes. They just go on prettier that way. Don't mind my hand over here like clenched in a fist. Oh, look at that. It is really pretty. It is a beautiful flush. The swatch did not do it justice. On my skin, absolutely love it. I'm gonna go like further back and lower and just up a little bit. Remember, we still have highlighter. Look at how beautiful and like glowy that is. I have tried to like just apply it on my cheek, and for some reason it just doesn't seem to do what I want it to, but on the back of my hand and then stippled on with a blush brush, it's just a beautiful flush. And this is on top of my Huda Beauty setting powder, which, look, it didn't even mess with my makeup. I love Charlotte Tilbury products, and you can build it up. So if you want it more intense, go for it. I like how it looks right now. It might be drying down a little bit, so I just need to squeeze some more out. Oh, I love this. So beautiful. Like I just got done at the beach and it is just very glowy. Now we do have the highlighter in here. We're going to use it for the inner corner. We're going to do it for the brow bone and then of course the cheeks. So beautiful. Now, if you want the pink to be a little more goldy toned, and I think I'm going to as well because it's a very monochromatic pink moment right now, I think I'm going to grab the highlighter And from the corner, I'm just going to bring it through this area right here. So it will champagne pop it out a little bit. So on this one, it's not super intense. It's just a subtle glowy champagne. And I don't know that it is translating on video the same way. But you just pull it through so that the champagne drifts in. On the brow bone. Now my favorite is when it goes on the cheeks and it just pops. I really like this. I do need some brows, liner, mascara because I look tired without it. So let me go do that. I do have some lip products and I'll be back for that. Okay, for lip products, and I'm not sure that either of the lipstick colors are gonna be what I'm gravitating towards, but we're gonna try. And the reason I say that is because they are red. We're going for very like subdued pinky tones. The first one I have, this component is really pretty. I got this as a like gift with purchase from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the 1975 red. This looks like it might be like an orangey tone on camera, but I also was thinking swatch it. Okay, so I don't think that's the red for today. I like it and I'll probably use it in the future, but I don't think it's the shade for today. But I do love the component. Look at the crystals on it. Ooh, that is so pretty. Even when the lipstick is gone, I can literally switch out the top and put it on another lipstick. So cute. I love the details. And then there is Walk of No Shame. Ooh, this is kind of like a brick red. Also, it was a free gift with purchase. Actually, it's not so brick ready, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a subdued shade. Let me see if I have a lip liner to go with it, because I also have the lip gloss. This is the Pinkgasm Sunset lip gloss. There was, I think, 2 shades that were released. How stunning and juicy. It doesn't seem to have like a scent, not that I can like smell, but that looks so juicy, and I think on top of this shade might be really pretty. Okay, I did find a liner for my lips. This is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a turn on waterproof extreme lip liner in Brick House. I just said this isn't like a brick red type of lip, and then the liner that matches it similarly is Brick House. All right, here goes nothing. I think this is a little bit like subdued compared to this lip liner. I also hate lining my lips with red lip liner. It is not the easiest task. But here goes nothing. Like, how am I getting red all over my teeth? Do I think this red lip is what this pink eye look needed? No. Just because it's not in my comfort zone. I like it though. Maybe like a brown toned eye. This definitely needs like a more neutral nude tone, but whatever. Now for the Pinkgasm Sunset lip gloss. Ooh, it feels so good on the lips. Look how juicy the lips look. So sexy. I kind of like it with the lip gloss now. Let me know your thoughts. Did you like it when it was matte, or do you like it better with a red lip now that it's super juicy and glossy? Okay, you guys, this is the final look. Now, I'm kind of digging this red lip with the pink eye, and I'm really liking how my makeup turned out today. Now, we did compare the different face palettes. This is the Glowgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. Really love the pink blushes in here, which we didn't use the powder on top of the Pinkgasm Beauty Light Wand. This is really pretty all by itself, and we use the blushes on the eyes. Now, I like the bronzer. It is a little warm toned. It does look really nice on the skin. The highlighter is just very wet and juicy looking on the cheeks. So glowy. hence the name Glowgasm. And I love the component for this. Very beautiful. Now, the Beauty Light Wand, glad I added it to my collection. It is very, like, it's deeper. So if you need a deeper shade because of your skin tone, definitely would recommend the Pinkgasm Sunset, as well as this Pinkgasm Sunset Lip Gloss. Love all of this. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you picking up this collection? Are you passing on it? Did you see it and were thinking about it? I think when I looked at this online today, it said it was out of stock. I don't know if they're restocking it, but definitely check it out and see. I think the last, what was it, Nudegasm? When I purchased it, it was out of stock within like a week, and then they did end up restocking it like a month or two later. But let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comments. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications, new videos. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.